Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
52 books.
Somebody clip this for the
Manners maketh man.
Hello, welcome to Comics League Movie Night. I am Jared, and I'm here with the old man himself, Nick from the Phoenix Press. What's up, brother?
Hey, if you're not careful, I won't approve your application to the Kingsman.
Yeah, so we're talking about Kingsman #1.
Based off the comic book by Mark Millar.
By Mark Millar, hell yeah. So this was one of those movies. This was another one of those movies that I watched before I was into comics, and then when I found out this was based on a graphic novel, I was like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, Mark Millar and Matthew Vaughn had a really good run in the early 2010s, just like adapting. It was getting to the point where Mark Millar wouldn't even be finished with a comic book script where he'd already have movie rights purchased.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing about Mark Millar. Everyone loves him. But anyway, so what's up, Thoth, and what's up, Isaac? So starting up with this was one of those movies. First off, this is one of my favorite like spy movies because it's kind of, when you think about it, and I think that this may have been Mark's intention, he's making fun of a lot of spy movie tropes.
Yeah, it definitely falls under the loving satire umbrella. Like, it's not like poking fun at it. It's more just like, hey, look at these like spy tropes. We're celebrating them. You know, like there's a difference between like like trying to take it down a peg, more of like, hey, we love these tropes too.
Hey, what's up, Randy? Yeah, and it down to the point where like he names his dog JB after like I think it was Jack Bauer.
Actually,
yeah, right.
Okay. So it's like James Bond?
No.
Jason Bourne?
No.
Jack Bauer.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
By
that.
the way, Jack Bauer was the protagonist of 24. For people who are...
For old people, in other words.
You
didn't see that coming? I need that clip.
This
is Nick. Wait. This is Nick. This is the old man Nick every time I make an old man joke.
And let me teach you a lesson.
Hey, I got the paddle. I will use it.
Exactly. So essentially with this, I like how this movie starts off because it starts off with like dropping you right in the middle of an operation. And it's like, no, so instead of like having like a monologue explaining, here's who the Kingsmen are, it just dropped, nope, we're right in the mission.
Yeah, it does a show instead of tell approach, which I think benefits this movie greatly.
Yes, exactly. And then we get into like then we meet Eggsy, who's like actually used to be in the military, but he washed out of basic training and became like I guess a vagrant was what you would call him essentially.
I don't know I don't know like the British, what they call the British, but he's basically kind of like a street tough.
Where's Deladia or Sammy when you need them? I need my British people.
I told you, bro.
I need my British people.
I told you we needed actual Brits to translate.
I'll tell you what, we'll try and have them on for Kingsman 2. We'll try and have Sammy on for Kingsman 2 so we can say, okay, so what does this mean in America?
Yeah.
So, essentially, he gets in trouble with the law, and then he calls up Kingsman to essentially.
All right, so there's a little bit of backstory.
Go ahead.
You're kind of missing some backstory here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in that opening sequence, like they're taking down in like some nondescript Arabian country. So basically, a villain had a bomb, and so this random dude jumped on the bomb to save Harry's life. Okay, and so basically, what it turns out is these were the last two Kingsman applicants, And because the other guy died, that guy became Lancelot. Okay.
Okay.
And so Harry, he felt guilty. The guy literally jumped down the grenade for him, like Captain America kind of thing. Sadly, it wasn't a dud. But so he goes to the parents. It's like, so you have a favor, and she's like, no, I don't want anything to do with that. So he gives it to Eggsy, like a very little cute Eggsy kind of thing. And flash forward, let's say 10, 12 years. He's an adult. He still has it. And he basically gets picked up by the cop for, whatever. And he uses it to get out of jail. And that's how it gets on the Kingsman radar.
And then this is like one of the most intense application processes I have ever seen. Like where they have them in their beds and then they just flood the chamber with water.
I mean, you're missing also another crucial detail is they on the beds were body bags that you had to fill out. Don't worry, it's just a scare tactic. It's just a psychological scare tactic. Literally 5 minutes later, somebody's dead.
Yeah, I'm like, and it's again, it's like, at what point do you I imagine Eggsy's like, the hell did I sign up for?
Yeah,
he says as he takes a drink of water. That couldn't have been timed any better, Nick.
I wasn't even trying. I'm trying to be healthy.
And then we meet...
And yes, this is water, not vodka.
And then we meet Mace Windu. So what apparently happened is that when he got launched out of Chancellor Palpatine's chambers, when he was falling down, he went through a portal and ended up in our world, and then became all of a sudden the Elon Musk of the time. I'm trying to link these two. I'm trying to link these two together. And make
one of
Sam
my
Jackson
favorite
universe.
lines. This is like later on in the movie. He's like, "I never understand you Americans. You always talk so funny."
Yeah.
I swear, before he came on set, Sam Jackson probably watched a bunch of Sylvester cartoons.
Yeah. Because he's talking with like a speech impediment, and that as the irony of the joke, and plus, so his plan. So apparently, he's this tech mogul, and the idea is that he's created this chip that gives people free internet forever.
Mm-hmm.
Little do they know, there's a little more of that. By the way, so did you like seeing Cora from Rebel Moon in this movie?
The girl who's got some blades.
This is her pre-rebellion phase. See, what happened here is that she didn't actually die in this movie. What you saw was her body actually being teleported to the Rebel Moon universe, where she was then picked up by the Imperium.
I can't wait. Like if we ever cover Atomic Blonde, see like the stretch you make to cut to, because Cora is in that one too.
Well, with that one, what happened is. What actually happened with that one is that after in between Rebel Moons Part 1 and 2, Cora discovered that same portal and it temporarily sent her to the Atomic Blonde universe. It involves a lot of portals.
You're trying. You are trying.
I can link any actor's movies together. We did that with Gal Gadot.
Well, that one was easy because there are significant gaps in like the timelines of these movies they could let you slot in. That one actually wasn't too hard.
Mm-hmm. We should we should try it with the Henry Cavill stuff. We're like, I got it. The Witcher's actually a distant prequel to Superman. It's just what happened is
where does the Man from U.N.C.L.E. fit in?
I'm getting there. Hang on for 1 second. So what happened with The Witcher is that at one point Geralt fell into a deep sleep. Then what happened is he woke up in the post World War II era stuff, shaved, colored his hair, decided, okay, I'm going to blend in. And then in between, and then after A Man from U.N.C.L.E., he was killed. Then we bring in the Hawkman reincarnation, and they ended up on Krypton.
Oh,
I can do this, dude.
Also, Ashley Vikander's in that, and so I'm headcanoning.
And then
she's Laura Croft's mom.
No, actually, what happened after that is that she was actually frozen in ice, and then she woke up and we find out her real name is actually Lara Croft.
No, she's Laura's mom. It's easier. Dude.
No, she's Lara Croft. Dude. Nick,
no.
We're dealing with reincarnation. We got to make this as complicated as possible. We're DC Comics here.
Time travel.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I should have that clip permanently, like on the top of the thing.
Time travel.
Hey, Ruthie.
Bruce, how you doing? Yeah, so we're trying to create a cinematic universe. Okay, back to
Jared
this.
is currently trying to give me a headache and almost succeeding.
Almost. Oh, well, in that case, I shouldn't tell you the Jason Momoa cinematic universe. See, what happened there is that Game of Thrones is actually a distant prequel.
Kingsman. So back to the Kingsman film.
Okay, back to Kingsman. By the way, Sinestro apparently crashed to Earth, dyed his skin human, and then became a Kingsman. Because Mark Strong is in this movie.
I mean,
Don't
he is
test
a
me.
wizard.
Oh, and then actually what happened, wait. This is what Alfred in Batman Begins did before he raised Wayne.
This takes place after if you go
Wait,
by like
this is what Alfred was doing when Bruce was training with Ra's al Ghul.
oh, you know what's even worse? I can't wait till we get to the second one and like the new head of Kingsman is literally Dumbledore, Michael Gambon.
So what happened with that is that when he actually died in Harry Potter.
Save it for next week.
Okay, I'll do it later. I love doing this. This is the most fun. By the way, I don't play in these. This is all improv. Nick, I gotta say that beard looks outstanding.
Thank
Ruth,
you.
I'm here too, Ruth. I'm here too.
Yeah, but I've spent time growing it out.
Well, yeah, because you're as old as time itself.
Which
Anyway, back
comes
to
with them, Sonny boy.
And crabbiness. Back to Kingsman. What's kind of it? So he's trained, and then we get the dog thing, and I like how he picks a little pug, a tiny pug, and then the final test is they're supposed to shoot the dog. They actually made a reference of this in the Halo TV show, except it's kind of hinted that the Spartans actually did it. And Nick, if we ever cover the Halo show on my rewatch, we may discuss that. But I promise season 2 is way better. But anyway, so then we get to so what we find out later is that it was a blank. It was a test to see would they actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do the trope where the hero quits, but later becomes a member of the society thing.
Yeah, and then so the basically Valentine's plan is that chip he mentioned that like everyone gets free internet. So basically, he has this that emits a sonic pulse that basically takes away people's inhibitions and make them very violent.
And we see the field test in this church, which was, by the way, one of the coolest action scenes I've ever seen in a movie. The way it's all shot as kind of a one-shot thing, even though it's probably not.
Yeah, I mean they did it like they were very careful to show that these were kind of like the worst people imaginable. Like they're very like kind of Westboro Baptist Church-esque kind of people.
Yeah, like very extreme white supremacist level of
so it's like it's okay if they murder them because they're bad.
So what happens is I love where he gets up, where Colin Firth gets up, or like who's playing him in this movie? Oh yeah, Colin Firth. He gets up, and then to stop anyone from stopping me, he goes, "I'm a," and then he proceeds to list off literally every label these people hate. And then it starts the action scene, and then he's pulling out like guns, tasers, flamethrowers.
He literally stabs someone with a broken flagpole. Like, it is gratuitous in the best way possible.
It's a Mark Millar comic, let's be honest. But by the way, before this, I like where he's showing Eggsy the like technology that he can use, and he goes, "So what's this cigarette lighter? Is it a flamethrower? Absolutely not. It's a hand grenade."
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, don't be ridiculous. It's a hand grenade.
He goes, "Whoa."
And I love how he just does like, "Hey, look at that," and then he does that, and it's like, "Put it back."
I love that. That's really good. I love it. And then continuing on, so the fight scene happens in the church, and then the Kingsman guy walks out, and then the bad guy proceeds to explain his plan, but he actually calls it out that he's explaining the plan. And what's kind of funny about this is that Samuel L. Jackson's character is a big fan of spy movies, so he's basically Deadpooling this entire thing. Which I love. I love when movies are that self-aware, where like Matthew Vaughn's like, yeah, we're like you said, it's a loving like parody of it. It's not like
pointing out the tropes, but they're still doing the tropes, you know.
The other movie that I would say would be kind of a loving tribute would be like Superhero Movie with Drake Bell, which we should cover that one for the April. That was so good. That was so funny. But it's supposed to be the worst movies, by the way.
I mean, Deadpool is also kind of like that, where they call it tropes.
But Deadpool is actually done nicely. But
you know, that sounds like some like the opinion of a man who can't draw feet.
No,
got him,
Nick. You got to do the line right. You didn't do the line right. Allow me. Oh, so you have luck powers. That's so stupid. That sounds like it would be the idea of someone of an artist who can't draw feet. The amount of people that don't know what that's making what that's a joke for is probably a lot. Is that Todd? It's like Rob Liefeld is notorious in the comic book art world for not being able to draw feet, and it's like his feet are like weirdly proportioned and that they're practically triangles.
Well, Rob is known for two things. I mean, Deadpool notwithstanding, feet and pouches.
Yes, exactly, pouches. And like massive pecs and guns. Well,
I mean, we've all seen the image of Captain America.
Yeah, well, then again, that was all the image, guys, because it's like Jim Lee had a superhero character that was a stripper. So we're talking Voodoo from Wildcats. That was a good animated show. Yeah, I watched it on Tubi. I'm not as old as Nick. I have to do that. Sorry, brother. But so back to this. This is when he rejoins Kingsman. I'm talking about Eggsy. Even though, again, it's the trope of the dude leaves the organization, like quits training, but then gets invited back to the organization.
Yeah, and I just for a moment, I just want to talk about the thing that I really like about this movie is like the theme. It has like really strong themes of like classism, of like the British version of classism, and
which
kind of trends.
Cue clip.
As Hemingway said, there is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self.
I gotta say, that is the scene that made the movie for me.
And you know what's kind of cool about it? Even though it's a show about British sociology, it kind of applies to America because of the idea of the American dream. Because the idea of American dream is that you're not stuck in any like station you're in. You can rise above.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It's a very British story because like even like the class stuff is still a thing in Britain.
By the way,
like the whole
Ruth here is a Brit, so we got a Brit. We have an English person to explain English stuff to us.
So Ruthie, are we too far off here? Like, are we misquoting anything? Please feel free to correct us. We're happy to have your insight.
Yes, exactly. And I like that because here's the thing. Again, we say this every time, but I like to highlight movies that do this well. This movie has a message and a somewhat political message, but it doesn't beat you over the head with a sack of hammers about it.
And what would you say is the political message of the film?
It's again the American dream like idea where and again Ruthie says we're spot on. Mm-hmm. It's that idea that like you're not stuck in your station. I mean, look at Eggsy. He starts off as like a relatively low class person, and then throughout this movie, when you look at his character arc, he grows and becomes like more of that. I don't want to say high society because he's still like Eggsy, but you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah. The other thing important to note is we're looking at this thing through two different lenses. Like Jared is looking at it squarely with an American lens, American mindset, which is not wrong. I am trying to view it through a more of a British kind of lens, British mindset, because like that's the move. Like it takes place in that country. It was created by Brit, so it's like made with more that. Your interpretation is valid. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just But saying we're looking at two different ways.
Here's the interesting thing about that. This basically has the classic X-Men approach to politics in that keep it general enough. I mean, yeah, it's a British story, but you keep the message general enough that it's universally applicable, and that's how you get people to like accept it if you want to go political or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. And I really enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, it's a fun movie, and the action scenes are done so well. So the idea is that everyone that's like not so Sam L. Jackson, I love her just calling him Sam L. Jackson, might as well. So Mace Windu, so Nick Fury shows up, by the way. I haven't waited to link this to S.H.I.E.L.D. I'll do that later. But anyway.
You do realize that Star Wars exists in the MCU, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised no one brought that up. So anyway.
I actually, okay, quick tangent. I actually saw this meme where Thor's sitting down and he's like, all right, let's check out these Star Wars movies Parker keeps mentioning. And then he turns it on, and it's episode 1, and he sees Padme. And then like, he sees, wait a minute.
Yeah, he's like, Jane? It's like in Thor Love and Thunder. It's the one time I'm gonna to reference that crapshoot where he goes, Jane? And then it's like he sees like, and I would love if like the Avengers are watching episode 1, and then like Mace Windu shows up, and then Tony Stark is walking by and goes, called it. That would be great. So Mace Windu's plan is to
or Thor's watching The Mandalorian, and he hears IG-88. It's like, man, I've been having this voice in my head directing me to do things, and it sounds just like that.
And Korg is like, hey, what's up, bruh? That's my brother. That's my twin brother. That's what the Korg aliens look like underneath the rocks. But anyway, so back to this. Nick Fury's plan is he inserts these chips in like the world leaders. He basically creates the Illuminati. And the chips make them immune to the effects of the virus. He even gets, I'm going to say this, he even gets Alfred Pennyworth under his thrall.
Oh, no. But the also thing is, those chips, if they disobey him, pop goes the weasel.
He basically goes full Suicide Squad.
Oh, speaking of Suicide Squad, did you notice who Lancelot was rescuing in that scene?
In which scene?
In the scene in the Swiss Alps, where Lancelot dies in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, first off, I'm feeling
the Joker.
Yeah, or I'm feeling. I think the Force is strong with that one.
So, fun thing in the comics.
So what happened is
no. I need to say this. In the comics, he's rescuing Mark Hamill. Literally, he's rescuing Mark Hamill. So in the movie, he's rescuing a scientist played by Mark Hamill. Also, you notice Mark is using his Joker voice.
So what actually happened is that in episode 8, when Luke disappeared, he landed on Earth, and then it turns out that he decided, I'm not going to be a Jedi anymore because I've lived that. What else can I be? Scientist.
Oh my god!
Dude, don't tell me. I can link anything. And you may be wondering, Jared, how did he travel dimensions? The Force. Cue clip. That's not how the Force works.
I was literally about to say that.
I need that clip. I'm gonna find that clip. That'd be great.
That clip is like the one.
Oh wait, in Kingsman 2, what happens that Din Djarin crash landed on Earth and was undercover. And Duke from G.I. Joe was there too.
And also Kevin Flynn is there for some reason running the Statesman. And also Storm's there. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's like this is a massive multiverse crossover that no one knew.
Okay. Wait.
Wait.
No. I need to cook. So, after the events of John Wick 3, after like she ruined herself with the Continental, okay, because she was like the hotel manager of the Continental, she went back to America and joined the Statesman. The timeline is not a whack for this, but I don't care. I'm cramming it in there.
And then what you find out is that Channing Tatum is actually Gambit, and what happens is that he and Storm fell through a multiverse portal during Loki and ended up here.
No. What happens is for whiskey, the Din Djarin's character, for his bachelor party, he went to a strip club, and it was a Magic Mike strip club, and then Channing Tatum's character rescued him, and that's how he became a statesman.
So Duke was in a strip club, is what you're telling me?
Basically, Duke was undercover for Magic Mike the entire time. And
great.
He got recruited to the Statesman because Din Djarin went, because like when his wife, he went to like his bachelor party was at the Magic Mike strip club, and and then some Gamorrean guards tried to kill him, and then Channing Tatum saved his life, and that's how he got recruited.
And then Hugh Jackman showed up as Wolverine, and he cut out yes at the rippers, yes, exactly. And then let's see, I'm trying. Oh no, the girl from Independence Day was performing, and she got them out because she's actually. I'm trying to figure out.
Wait, Derek, you have no idea what you have just done. So you're saying the little girl, President Whitmore's daughter, right?
No. I'm talking about.
No. Agree to that.
No, I'm not agreeing to that.
No. Just so you want to know. Okay, so President Whitmore's daughter is played by Mae Whitman. Do you want to know who Mae Whitman voices?
Who?
Katara!
Katara?
From Avatar.
Oh, no. And then she starts bloodbending everywhere, because that makes sense. Yes, everyone's laughing their asses off. Yes, exactly. And then...
Are you not entertained?
And then Aang shows up dressed as Aang, and he goes, Katara, we got to go fight the Fire Lord. I understand that we're under a time constraint, but I'm written crappily, so I wanted to like take forever to get to the point.
And then Zuko shows up, but he's dressed up as Rufio.
No, it's Dante Bosco dressed as Rufio.
Dante Bosco. It's like Dante Bosco was Rufio.
Yeah, wait, no, it's just Dante Bosco playing himself, and Deadpool shows up and starts throwing fire at him. He goes, "Why do you keep throwing fire at me?" And then Dante's like, "I saw it," and then Deadpool's like, "I saw it in a cartoon that was crappy in the third season."
We have gotten so far off track.
They started off with the Kingsman, then started off everything crossing over to Kingsman, and then anyway, so what happens that then Ben Affleck walks in and he goes, the Din Djarin, Bruce Wayne,
and then a portal opens up. All of a sudden, Zack Snyder walks out. He's holding the Infinity Gauntlet. No. I'm gonna do this. And then it's like he looks at the audience. He's like, "It's time to restore the Snyderverse," and he snaps his fingers, and the Snyderverse is restored.
And scene.
I'm sorry, we can't get any better than that.
We can't get any better than that. Except no, it's not the Infinity Gauntlet. It's like Ruthie is howling. He takes one of those Ruthie. He takes one of those film slates and puts the Infinity things in each one. And he goes, "This is the Snyderverse."
And then he kicks James Gunn into the pit.
This is Sparta.
and then Gerald Butler basically gets hired on to play.
No, Gerald Butler is playing playing Mike Banning from Olympus Has Fallen, the White House movie.
No, Gerald Butler plays Guardian in the Snyderverse.
Okay, well, actually, I could definitely see that. Yes, exactly. At one point, he has to go, "This is Argus." And then who was? And then no,
and then all of a sudden,
no, Nick, it's my turn.
Okay.
Then Bruce Timm comes through the portal, and then Ben Affleck kicks him back to the portal, saying, "I'm not having sex with that girl."
No, even better. Bruce Timm comes up. All of a sudden, an arrow pops into his chest, a green arrow, and there's Stephen Amell, and it says, "Bruce Timm, you have failed this DC animated universe."
This is great. Oh my god!
Also, you got to admit that was a really good arrow growl. You got to admit
that was such a good arrow growl. Yes, exactly. And then Michael Keaton shows up, and he has hang on. He has nunchucks, and then it's like a bunch of like nut containers are the ends of it. And he goes, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts."
And then Jared Leto
Anyone
says,
turning
"Hey
it-
guys, this is now a Morbius meme."
No, and then Joker from Suicide Squad shows up and he goes, "It's a Morbin time." By the way, so Ruthie, anyone tuning in for the Kingsman chat, it's kind of a little off track. A little. Back to Kingsman. Back to Kingsman. Stop it, Nick. You keep getting me off track.
This is why you don't leave the two of us unattended.
This is why you don't cast like everyone that's been in every big movie in one movie.
How dare
wait a second. Eggsy's played by Robin Hood. So Robin Hood went through a portal and ended up in the modern world.
Also, he played well, no, we'll wait till that one till the second Kingsman. That's a trivia better suited.
Okay, sorry. So back to this. So there's the typical like spy fighting through like corridors and stuff. I liked how he has the umbrella that basically is a shield. No, Tevia. Trust me, Tevia. We already tried to. We know Luke Skywalker's in this movie. He was part of our thing.
So you're saying Mary Poppins was a
Kingsman?
Kingsman?
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. So
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, again, the Guardians movies are like my favorite James Gunn movies, and trust me, there's not a lot that I would rank as my favorite James Gunn movies. But then they fight essentially. So the idea is that another Kingsman agent. I'm trying to get what was her name again? Roxy's in a spacesuit, and Roxy was Eggsy's classmate. She graduated.
They went to space before Fast and Furious.
I know, right? So as she's flying up, all of a sudden she looks over and she sees the space car from Fast and the Furious doing its thing because they're both taking out satellites.
And lo and behold, she accidentally shoots down a Wayne Tech satellite.
And then Batman goes, "God damn it, that's the fifth one this week. Barry, what did you do?"
I only got one left.
I only got one left. No, he goes, "I have 6." But anyway, so she's taking out the satellite because if you take out only one of the satellites, that's like coordinating the signal. It shuts it down.
And then no. And then Valentine's like, "Oh no, you can't stop the signal. I've watched Firefly."
And then
I saw my opportunity and I took it.
Okay. So you mentioned anything associated with a certain pervy creator.
Why did you say that name?
I didn't actually say the name.
No, but you referenced a thing that he worked on.
What? I like exercising. I like getting buffy.
I can't play that clip again because I'm getting a copyright strike. But trust me, I'm saying it right now. Anyway, so it's the typical fight, and then Cora jumps through and fights Eggsy. And the way Eggsy beats her is that his shoe has a blade in it. Who throws a shoe? Honestly.
If President Bush is doing a speech, I'm sure someone might.
And I love how he got back to giving the speech. But anyway, so he cuts her, and then
I wasn't sure if you get the reference because that's an old.
I got the reference, dude. I got the reference because I've seen that clip because everyone references it.
Also, does this?
Yes, exactly. So he cuts her with his poisoned shoe. That's a sentence I never thought I would say. And then he finds Valentine, and he makes him shut down the device.
Talk about throwing a shoe. So he's about to do it. He takes.
Yeah.
I love how we're just
has
calling her
prosthetic legs. So what he does.
By the way, the character's name is Giselle.
No, it's Cora. It's Cora from Rebel Moon. We're referencing it.
So when he kills Cora before she can do Rebel Moon, thus making the movie never happen. Congratulations, Jared.
No, what happens is that did you notice that the poison made her like fall apart? What actually happened is that the poison is a portal that sent her to
the portal.
Yes, exactly.
What the frick?
Exactly.
Okay,
I'm
so
operating-
Jared drunk
wait.
everybody.
I'm operating on Superboy Prime rules.
So Jared took a few shots before he did this episode, guys. That's why he's a little weird. He's drunk right now. Please,
The
please
poison
bear
is
with
a portal. That's not exactly.
Oh, this is why you don't do shots before you do
So
an
he
episode,
throws
Jared.
Cora's leg, and then it impacts Mace Windu. Man, him and bladed weapons never mix.
I guess you could say Eggsy really gave Valentine a leg up.
Yeah, I know. What you didn't notice is that when actually this was a hidden detail in the movie. It's a deleted scene. So as they threw the thing, there was a paint can that was on top of the wait. This will make sense in a second, Nick. There was a
What?
paint can on top of like the top of an outcropping. It fell because of the explosion, and it painted the blade purple, like a purple lightsaber, and then it hit Valentine.
Oh no! Now it's gone cross-eyed. Oh my god.
And then
we need to talk about the best scene in the movie. So when so basically because like the trackers all had explosive devices, they hacked into them, and I swear when I saw the scene, my head exploded.
That's it. Yeah. So you're saying,
And they did it to God Save the Queen, because the best part is, the Queen got popped.
So by the way, what's interesting, Nick, is so you could say they'll never be the head of a major corporation
Because they lost their head.
Yes, exactly. And it's like one after the other.
Oh, talking about like spy tropes. I love how when Eggsy's ordering his drink, like, okay, so I want a nice vermouth poured in an open glass with clock, like did like an overly complicated drink. I like that's a little subtle detail there. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. And then essentially Eggsy goes and saves a princess, gets thanked in a very unique way. I'm gonna leave it at that. Nick, don't you dare.
Oh, there's so many ways I could like.
There's so many ways, but please don't.
Let's just say that Eggsy found a back door.
Okay, I need to edit that out. So then,
but no. Before, oh yes, Harry's best quote is "Man is making man."
All right, you know what, Ruthie, you kind of set us up, so screw it.
Manners maketh man.
I'm being scolded.
What? No, Nick. Yes, exactly.
But
well,
wait.
Here's Ruthie. Are you ready?
Are we going to stand around here all day? Or are we going to fight?
I'm sure you're up for the task, Ruthie. Mano y mano, fight of equals.
Mm-hmm. But so everything resolves. Eggsy is again. He's a Kingsman now, even though he dropped out of basic training.
So Jared, can you show the footage of what you would say when you find out the Snyderverse has been restored?
Yeah, actually, so this is live footage of what happens to me.
I'll be right back.
Because he has to go tweet it.
Yeah, I have to go tweet it immediately. I have to start a live stream. It's an emergency live stream. So then, all right. So the movie ends, and what's actually kind of cool is that we get a reversal of the "Manners maketh man" scene with Eggsy, and the movie ends. Oh,
but we forgot the best part of the movie is after Valentine's defeated, we get one more trope thing.
By the way, she'll get her umbrella and she'll kick some butt. You could probably do it, Ruthie.
You are on.
All right. So what did you say, Nick? I'm sorry.
Is right when he like the shoe when the other shoe drops. And Valentine is defeated. We get one more quintessential movie line.
Oh yeah. So I just got it. And so here's the thing. If you're expecting, wait, where is that clip? Did I not?
So is this the part where? So I wondered, Jared, was this a part where Eggsy would do like some sort of like bad pun or bad line to kind of end the thing?
Yeah, exactly. He definitely would. So the entire movie is like, yeah, I'm uploading it. Hang on. The entire movie, Eggsy is Valentine / Mace Windu. I'm going to call him Mace Valentine, is talking about spy movie tropes. So he goes, is this the part of the movie where you say something cool?
This ain't that kind of movie, bruv.
Yeah, exactly.
And
by the way,
perfect.
this is my response to the anti-Snyders whenever they say they want Christopher Reeve again.
This ain't that kind of movie, bruv.
These clips are so universally applicable. Like,
this ain't that kind of.
Sorry, I accidentally clicked that again. So let's see what else we said. I agree, Tabby. Kingsman is probably the best non-James Bond movie we've had in a while. Well, Jason Bourne is up there.
I think Man from U.N.C.L.E. also fits that bill really well. I mean, it has Superman in it.
So what you don't know is that that was essentially.
Here he goes again.
I'm only kidding. So actually, no, I got it. So Kingsman is based on that movie team. So you could say Superman is the founder of Kingsman. Wait. I got it. And then you know who else serves as one of the first Kingsmen? The Wizard from Shazam, who later was sent to the future and became General Titus in Rebel Moon.
You do realize that Kingsman was founded by Voldemort, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then that's where he went when he exploded in Harry Potter. Yes, this is the way things normally go on this channel. We try and pick elaborate.
Was this before or after he had a stint as M in the James Bond movies?
Obviously before.
Oh my god, I have such a headache now.
We just created the most complicated cinematic universe of all time. Kingsman. Wait, Kingsman.
I don't know, Ruthie.
Yeah, we never know. We never know. Kingsman also is connected to Superior, which is another Mark Millar birthday, and connected to Kick-Ass. Isn't like Superior like Millar's version of like Homelander or like Omni-Man? I think, but it's also connected to Kick-Ass. I didn't know that. Well,
I mean, if we want to connect the Millar films, you do realize that Charles Xavier is wanted.
That is true. And then what happens after that?
Also, Morgan Freeman, like Lucius Fox, is the head of the organization in that movie.
Yeah, you thought the bullet actually killed him. What it actually did is it teleported him to another universe, which that's why it looked weird as a bullet.
Also, the lady from Eternals, like Angelina Jolie, that was one of like. I'm sorry, that like
what that was Deadpool traveling back in time to stop Eternals from being made. It's kind of like how he went back in time to stop Green Lantern from happening. No, Superior's basically his version of Captain Marvel, Billy Batson. You mean Shazam? And
also when you realize that both Quicksilvers are related to the Kingsman.
I know, right? So, and then what you find out is that they somehow got access to the Speed Force temporarily and crossed over to different dimensions. Hey, what's up, Brown Destroyer? How you doing, my brother?
Different versions, and they became different versions of the same character.
Yes, exactly. So, all in all, I give this movie a solid 9 out of 10. It's really fun.
By the way, my headcanon is that Ralph Boner isn't actually Ralph Boner. It's actually just an identity created by Agatha, and it actually is Pietro from the Fox universe.
No, what it probably actually is that that's his Kingsman like identity that he was put in the town to monitor.
His Kingsman identity is Ralph Boner.
Yeah.
Okay, Garrett has officially gone off the rails, everybody.
They picked the most American name ever in order for him to surveil Wanda. I'm trying to factor in every movie I've ever seen, Nick.
Please eat a Snickers because you become a raving lunatic when you're hungry.
And then what you find out is that when Bruce Wayne's parents were killed, actually he moved to New York temporarily and became a blind vigilante known as Daredevil. Then what happened is that he got like healed by going to Jared has gone to space.
No, even better. When Thomas Wayne was killed, he was put in suspended animation. And when the zombie apocalypse happened, he got thawed out.
Him and Martha
right next to his pod was a bat, and he decided to name it Lucille.
Yes, exactly. No.
No. What happened was.
Oh, no, wait. Wait, Nick.
Jared. So what happened is, Thomas Wayne, in a previous life, he was a hunter, and he had 2 sons, Sam and Dean. So he decided to disappear, and he became Thomas Wayne again.
That's
and
a
then after he
supernatural
died-
idea, dude. That's a supernatural idea.
No, and then he got into when he was in Seattle. Okay, he thought his name was Denny Duquette, and he got into the hospital, and there he met the people from Grey's Anatomy.
And then what you find out is that one of the supernatural brothers would later be turned into Batman. Well, actually, first he would do a stint as Soldier Boy, beat the crap out of Homelander, and then he would go, I'm off to Gotham, peace. And then he would go.
I mean, if you think about it, Jeffrey Dean Morgan did become a Batman in The Walking Dead.
Yes, exactly. He goes.
Oh my god, that's the worst pun I've ever made.
What he did was he said, okay, so you know what? I'm going to take theatricality a bit literally.
So, he didn't.
Oh,
kill
and then
people.
wait.
He just didn't save them.
Before Bruce Wayne came back and became Batman, he got a job on a drilling rig and then saved the world from a meteorite that was about to impact the Earth.
No, part of his training in the 80s is he worked at a stockbroker in New York, and he was trying to live like, I want to see what all these white tower yuppies are like. So he had to become a true American psycho.
Yeah, and then after that,
What happened was he ran across this other guy and he beat the crap out of him, and that's the origin of the Joker.
And then he ended up becoming a comic book artist and would follow and would essentially spend some time chasing Amy. I had to. There's so many Ben Affleck movies. It's so easy to link it.
The other thing is, Ben Affleck's father played Superman in the 50s.
So you could say Batman is part Kryptonian then.
And then what Superman did is he actually met Martha Wayne. He met Martha Kent, I mean.
Yeah.
And congratulations.
Nope, sorry, we're not going down that rabbit hole.
Because, in Hollywood, by the way, we need to cover Hollywoodland as a movie at some point.
Nah, that's not that. So Brown says in the UK, if you go to every 2 miles, people have different accents. That Cockney accent is so street from high society accent in the UK. This movie portrayed that accent really well. Yeah, Ruth says too, I agree, as my family are all from Essex. Sweet.
Nice.
And then Tavia says, question, speaking of Kingsman, it reminds me of other Mark Millar books. How would you do it? I haven't read that book in order to do a crossover with that. But if you want to talk about more crossovers, we can do that. Okay, so what happened is Game of Thrones takes place in the distant past. And then what actually happened is that Momoa, a.k.a. what was his character from Game of Thrones?
Khal Drogo.
So then what happens is he gets put in suspended animation. A lot of ideas in suspended animation. And then what you actually find out is that Daenerys is actually Mira, but she gets kidnapped to replace with an alien named Amber Heard.
And no, what she is she was Sarah Connor.
Yes.
She was the Atlantean, and then she decided to live on Earth with the name Sarah Connor.
And then you find out, wait, that Captain Boomerang is actually John Connor's father.
And then you cross into the multiverse, and then you find out that Cersei is actually John Connor's mother.
I never thought of that. That's actually a funny thing.
Yeah, Lena Headey was Sarah Connor in the Connor Girls.
And then previous to that, she was actually the mother of Sparta.
No. And the thing is, she had to team up with River from Firefly, who, after getting blasted into a time portal, got converted into a Terminator and sent back.
Yes, exactly. No, you find out she was actually a Terminator the entire time.
I would believe it.
Yes, exactly. And then, did I hear that right? That Jason M was meant to
No,
be
it's one of the Skarsgårds.
Of course, it's one of the Skarsgårds.
I mean,
And
have you seen the abs of that guy? Mm.
And then you find out that essentially, so when Thor, when we see Thor in the Thor movie, that's actually the second time he was sent to Earth. The first time he ended up in Seattle during a North Korean invasion, and he led a rebellion group called the Wolverines.
And the thing is, right before he went on that invasion, him and some friends went on a trip to a cabin in the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
And it turns out he was friends with the Yellow Jungle Fury Ranger.
And then he goes, "It's Morbin time."
No.
Of course, yes, exactly.
Also, for some reason, the Yellow Power Ranger met Ellen Ripley.
And then she showed up with like a pulse rifle, and she goes, "I can take care of myself." What are we talking about here? We're trying to.
I have no idea.
We talked about Kingsman, which I give a solid 9 out of 10. Nick, how do you rank Kingsman?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really funny, and sometimes it goes a little crazy with the humor. But I'm like, okay, I can.
You kind of expect it. I mean, you know what movie you're getting into.
It fits the movie. Hey, Sally girl, what's up? By the way, so guys, have you seen the new Crow movie trailer? I did. I think it looks better than the original. I'm just saying that to mess with Nick. I'm only kidding. It doesn't look. It looks generic as hell.
Are we gonna stand here all day? Or we're gonna fight.
Yeah, exactly. That's Nick. Every time I say he can't appreciate good high fantasy like Wheel of Time. I'm just kidding.
Here's the thing: the Crow. The new movie is never going to be better than the original. Okay, that is a fact. That is a fact. That is an unquestionable fact. So I'm trying to view this movie on its own merits. I'm kind of just pretending that the original Crow doesn't exist and judging it based on its own merits. And that being said, I am cautiously optimistic. I kind of dug the vibe a little bit of this movie. I need to know more information, but as of right now, I'm somewhat interested in seeing the movie.
I swear. If he doesn't say in the movie, I want you to tell me a story. I'm going to be so pissed.
I swear, if he says it's crowing time, I'm going to walk right out of the theater.
By the way, so Tavia says, speaking of news, apparently the showrunner of Fallout show says, and I quote, that this show isn't for Fallout fans. What the
that is said, so freaking stupid.
No, what the person actually says is that you can't approach this with like the goal of pleasing the fans because there's so many fans that you're going to you're not gonna be able to satisfy everyone. Still stupid.
Yeah, like for example, in the Fallout fans, there's people who are fans of Fallout 3. There's New Vegas fans. I'm one of them. There's Fallout 4 fans. There's 3 people who are fans of Fallout 76.
And by the way, Ruth says that's the way I'm going into the Crow, Nick.
Thank you, the smart lady.
Yeah, the Crow does look intense, and we'll see about it if it's good. I'm going into it like again the same way. And Nick isn't Crow part of the Dark Horse universe? Is there a Dark Horse?
It's published by Dark Horse currently, I believe.
Isn't Crow? Wasn't Crow a Vertigo franchise?
Well, Crow was originally published by Caliber Comics, a Michigan comic book company, by the way.
Oh, yay!
The Crow is a Michigan book because it takes place in Detroit. It was created by a Michigan artist. I've met James O'Barr. I've actually met him several times, and he's a great dude.
Yeah, and I hope this movie is good for me, even though I'm a huge fan of the OG Crow movie. And we covered that on movie night at a previous stream. And the other movie I'm looking forward to is Henry Cavill in Highlander. I'm going to really like, because then I can add him to the cinematic universe of Superman.
I think I honestly think, okay, who should play Ramirez? Who do you think should play Ramirez in this one?
Daniel Craig. They can keep the James Bond theme.
I'm thinking of like an older actor who can still do stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Ruthie says, if it's not good, I will look forward to the movies coming out that you both just invited. Yeah, that we both created. Yeah, we basically made the greatest movie ever.
We're talking about movies that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Frozen Empire. I'm really looking forward to that movie so much.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to Godzilla v Kong. Godzilla Kong, because it's a Michael Bay movie at this point, in that it's a popular film. I'm like, I'm so excited for that.
Also, Dune 2 was amazing.
I still have to watch that one. You know what's kind of funny? I haven't watched Dune 1 since it came out on Max.
Admit it, Jared, you're only going to go see the movie so you can get the popcorn bucket.
No, I'm only going to go see it so I can see how many other... Because what you don't know is that that's where Thanos went after he was dusted. He went to Dune. He went to Arrakis.
Also, Aquaman is there, too.
Except when he died, he fell into a water portal.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, and then what you don't know is
also,
that when they died...
Also, the guy from Thor is there, too.
Yeah, so the way this works is that...
And Spider-Man's girlfriend.
The way this works is that and Yelena Belova's in part 2. So what you don't, know about our universe is that when people die, they jump franchises. That's what happens. There's Indeed and Unforgotten, and unfortunately,
so how did Drax get from Guardians of the Galaxy to Dune?
That's where he. So what happens is that when he left Guardians at the end of Guardians 3, he went through a portal.
Okay, no more portals. I am removing your ability to.
It's my stream. Dave the Impaler says, not having a Wonder Woman popcorn bugs waste opportunity. At least with Blue Beetle, it was a bug ship. That was cool.
I'm sorry, the Dune 2 popcorn bucket is going to go down in infamy.
Who designed that is what I want to know.
I want to think they knew exactly what they were doing.
That's like when in Marvel, the first appearance of Man-Thing is a comic literally called Giant-Sized Man-Thing. You gotta imagine at least two of the guys were in a corner laughing their asses off. Like, I can't wonder if they're gonna.
Think we wouldn't notice, but we did.
But we did exactly. Have you guys seen any Tony J movies? No, I haven't.
I have seen. I'm trying to think. What is it? Tony Jaa, by the way. It's the one where he's in Korea. Like kind of like Let me look, because I know I've seen one of them.
Yes,
and I really
the
really
portal
like
is the best. Is the best way to cross over people. A portal opens.
Ong-Bak. I've seen Ong-Bak 1, Thai Warrior. That's a really good movie.
Yeah, me, I haven't, but we'll see. But anyway, in terms of like where it's going, I think that's a good place to leave it before we start crossing over other stuff and go really.
I mean, we've already kind of gone to the deep end. So.
Not yet. Trust me, I could cross over other stuff. And Ruthie says, "Boy kills world looks amazing."
I just want the boy to meet the world first.
Yeah, exactly. Take it out for a nice dinner and then kill it. But
I don't think Jared got my reference, but that's
no, I didn't. But no, because remember, I'm not ancient like you. And in terms of, so did you like the movie? In terms of Kingsman, yes, we did very much. I gave it a 9 out of 10, and Nick gave it a very rare old man 10 out of 10. So anyway, so that's where we're gonna leave it. In terms of what you can expect from Comics League content in next week, we in terms of like Super Wonder Legacy, Britt and I are gonna be talking about Superman Wonder Woman Volume 2. In terms of movie night, we're going to be talking about Kingsman 2. And then April, we're going to do Crappy Movie Month, where it's like all the worst superhero movies. My first pick is going to be the old JLA 97 movie.
My pick is going to be Batman and Robin.
Hey,
yes,
please,
we are
Batman.
finally going there.
Damn, Jared Hart on the old man. My problem, I'm still thinking about what I want to do for like my commentary. I may do one refuting the fact that people consider Batman more relatable than Superman. I'll check that out.
I mean, that one's easy. I mean, I can,
yeah,
you know.
I'll do it. But anyway, and then in terms of Unto Capes, we're still working out. I gave you the new Kingsman. We're doing Kingsman 2, the crappy one. A fantastic stream. Thank you both for being awesome. Thank you for being
No, you're
awesome.
awesome, Ruthie. You are.
Yeah. Oh.
That is a Faustian bargain right there.
You're screwed either way in that case, Dave. But we may actually, you know what? We'll incorporate that into the stream. Which was better, JLA 97 or Justice League? Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
What's better, JLA 97, Justice League,
Or stepping on a rusty nail?
lobotomy?
Or stepping on a
lobotomy.
rusty nail. But anyway, so Nick, where can we find you, and what have you got coming out on your channel?
Alrighty then. So
Yes,
you
we
can
are
find me
hilarious.
on.
Thank you.
Well, one of us is anyway.
It's me.
No, it's me.
No,
So
it's me.
you can find me on Twitter at the Phoenix Press. YouTube search the same. In about an hour, I'll be streaming Pokemon. I'll be taking on Giovanni and maybe the Elite Four as well.
But
or at
Nick,
least
let
trying
me
to.
ask you this: did you catch them all?
I wasn't trying to.
That's part of the thing, Nick. That's part of the job.
I reject reality and substitute my own.
You're in
So-
the Pokemon reality. It's part of their song.
I make my own Pokemon reality because reality can be anything I want, bruv. But anyway, so Rewatch is returning on Monday. We're watching episode 2 of Teen Titans from 2003. It's going to be awesome. Comics Watch is still on hiatus, but that will return. And then next week we got Friday Night Frenzy. Also, on Wednesday we have Ginger Cast 2, The Search for More Gingers. I got some really good people.
I identify as a ginger.
We still don't grant you the rank of master. Have a seat, young
What?
Skywalker.
That's outrageous. It's not fair. How can you identify as a ginger and not be a ginger?
Have a seat, young Skywalker. I love you. So yeah, it'll be me, Lost Lenore, and Eagle Rider Rose, talking about the ginger side and all sorts of redheaded goodness. That'll be Wednesday at 8. That'll be pretty sweet.
Can you call that segment Gingervitis?
I will do exactly not that just because you suggested it.
I'm only kidding. All right. So anyway, we'll see you guys later, and hope you and pray that we get to actually follow through on our crazy cinematic universe. Man, imagine the rights if we tried to do all this.
So much money.
So little time, but it would make a crap ton of money too. But anyway, see you guys later. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane, and she should be with General Zod. See you later.